Alexander Titov is Russia Affairs Analyst and Lecturer at Queen's University in Belfast and joins us live from Rosano Veneto in Italy. Thanks very much indeed for being with us. Just first of all, what is your assessment of the impact Ukrainian forces' incursion into Russia has had?
Well, I think, first of all, it was a shock and a clear major failure of Russian military intelligence that they didn't support and prevented this major build-up of Ukrainian forces in the Russian region. You have to say that, the Ukrainians had quite spectacular incursions. But beyond that, I think if you look at kind of strategically at these events, Ukraine hasn't really captured any strategic points in Russia, such as a nuclear power station near Kursk or a major city. They captured basically some villages. It's unclear whether they captured actual town of Sudzha. And also there's a big question whether they'll be able to hold it. And they actually the extent of their control is also unclear. So a spectacular attempt to change the course of the war, which has been going in Russian favor and still is, I would say. But beyond that, it's very unclear what the long-term perspective would be from this attack.
Now, Belgorod itself has declared a region-wide state of emergency. How precarious is the situation there, do you think?
Well, Belgorod is the only major Russian city which is within the artillery range of Ukrainian army, because it's situated 40 kilometers from the border, so it's a twin town with Kharkiv. Belgorod has been regular shelled and attacked by Ukrainian forces throughout the war. There have been several incursions in Belgorod in previous years. The recent one just before the Russian presidential election in March 1924, which was very similar to Kursk, but the Russians, saw it before it happened and basically destroyed the Ukrainian incursion forces before they be able to enter into Russia in a major way. On Kursk, they missed it, and that's what we're having now. Now they have to scramble and bring the forces. But to be honest, Belgorod has been under the kind of forefront of the Ukrainian attacks for several years now. Now it's been extended to Kursk. But again, it's very kind of few villages and really not any major urban areas or critical infrastructure such as the nuclear power station, which is near Kursk. So I'm not sure what the Ukrainians actually, gaining long term from that, apart from, pinning down their own forces in an area which is of no strategic importance.
And would you say events of recent days has potentially shifted the momentum of the conflict in Ukraine's favor?
For a week, maybe 2 weeks, but I don't think this will shift it in any way. As I said, it's not that Ukraine had essentially much more soldiers or more weapons. They scrambled what they had, put it into this operation, but so far they haven't really captured anything strategic, while having committed all the available reserves to it. While Russians are still advancing in the really critical points of in Donbas, particularly around the city of Pokrovsk, which, if that fails, the whole Ukrainian defense in the east will be in a very precarious situation. And Ukrainians might hold on to Sudzha or villages along the border, but that's not going to have a profound strategic effect on where things really happening, which is in the east of Donbas.
Okay, Alexander, thanks very much indeed for joining us live on the NewsHour.